Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle and today we are going on a boredom-ending adventure. We're going to learn how to check out an ebook using the Dayton Metro Library website. I'll post their link in the comments below so you can follow along. Let's get our adventure underway. Once you've navigated to the Dayton Metro Library site, select the Overdrive option from the middle of the site. This option will automatically guide you to the library's ebook selection. Once we get into Overdrive, there are a couple signposts we need to look for. First, the book we're looking at is on a wait list. So if we're interested in it, we're going to have to put it on hold and wait until an electronic copy becomes available. This tells us what we're looking at. This is an audiobook and this is an ebook. These books are available to borrow. So if this is an interesting book, just select the borrow option. Feel free to explore all of your options until you find something that sparks your interest. We're just going to scroll through here and see if I can find something interesting. If you find a book that's interesting to you, click on its cover to read the description and find out more information about that book. Once you find a book that you want to read, select the borrow button and choose how long you'd like to borrow it for, and then select the borrow button again. After you have borrowed the book, you will receive a success message that tells you how long you have the book for and how many more books you can check out. Additionally, you have an option to read this book in your Kindle app, read it right now in your browser, or download to read later. I'm too excited, so I'm going to read right now in my browser. Now that you know how to search for a book, find one that sparks your imagination and get ready to start your adventure. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching this instructional video about how to borrow an ebook. I demonstrated several methods to reduce extraneous processing for learners from Mayer's Cambridge Handbook of Multimedia Learning. There are 5 principles discussed in Chapter 12, Principles for Reducing Extraneous Process in Multimedia Learning: Coherence, Signaling, Redundancy, Spatial Contiguity, and Temporal Contiguity. I will target these 3 principles and show exactly where in the instructional video I demonstrated the principles and why they work. We're going to start with temporal contiguity. Temporal contiguity, according to Mayer and Fiorella, is the idea that learners can grasp the message better if any animated portions are presented at the same time as the narration, instead of animation then narration. We can see here that the animation of the arrows and then the simultaneous narration helps the learner to understand what they're currently looking at and what they should look for during future visits. The book we're looking at is on a wait list. So if we're interested in it, we're going to have to put it on hold and wait until an electronic copy becomes available. Additionally, because there is so much going on, I wanted to guide the learner to specific areas that I was going to discuss, and I did this with signaling. Signaling is the principle that cues the learner to essential material despite all of the potential distractors. The arrows here show the learner exactly what is going to be discussed to allow them to focus on those areas specifically. Finally, I used the coherence principle to simplify the discussion about the amount of time a book can be borrowed for. I removed extraneous, distracting narration since the learner can see the various options and doesn't need me to read the options out loud. The coherence principle is exactly that, excluding extraneous and distracting material so the learner can focus on learning. All of these principles help to reduce extraneous overload and help learners to focus and deepen their learning.